Hello, my dears. It's Aisling Mooney, Angel Intuitive and author of the book Angels Are With You. And this is your monthly messages for May 2021. And yeah, it feels good. It feels like an interesting month ahead. Last month, April, there was a lot of healing. And literally the last week of April was a complete integration and a week of great empowerment coming with that integration. So you might feel tired, a bit off track. Sometimes we can make that wrong. But I've just literally have a feeling of being on track this week as we step into the end of April and we step into May. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting month. May for me, there's a few things. Usually I focus on Mother Mary. So I was raised a Roman Catholic, not practicing at all. In fact, I don't consider myself a Roman Catholic anymore. And I have spiritual beliefs that take from a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and but I do still fall back on some of the rituals that I grew up with. So May for me in the Roman Catholic tradition is the month of Mary, so Mother Mary. So I do give Mary a lot of focus in May, or a lot of thought, or so I have a great connection with Mary anyway, but May is the month where I really connect in with her more on a daily basis. So I'll be talking more about that as we go into May, and I'll be in the Angel Circle, which is opening this month. So if you're interested in jumping into the Angel Circle, it is opening this month. So get yourself onto the VIP list. You go to aislingmooney.com/members. That will bring you to the VIP waitlist, and you can get your name down there. And as soon as the doors open, we'll let you know. So in the Angel Circle in May, we'll be talking about Mary, and we'll be deepening that connection with that amazing Queen of Angels, an amazing light being. And we'll also be connecting with Uriel, Archangel Uriel, who is the angel of dreams and visions and shedding light on things, bringing truth to conversations, to life, helping you to see maybe you've been thinking about something but it hasn't been conscious, or patterns that you've been carrying out that haven't been conscious. Uriel comes and sheds a light on things that need healing, that need to be looked at in your life. So it's a very interesting month coming up. And I also look at abundance in May. May, money, abundance, wealth. So all of those topics I'll be personally exploring, and I'll be bringing that into the Angel Circle, because everything I do every week when we connect, that's what we do. We bring in whatever's going on for us as a group. And the card that I've picked, so I just randomly picked some cards for May, one overall and then one weekly. And then two came out for the last week of May, so we'll just read them and see what comes up. But it's so interesting that I talked about prosperity and wealth, and this is the card that we get for May, which is the prison ring. Self-sabotage, poverty consciousness. And you see this beautiful angel sitting, looking quite forlorn and sad, even though there's this lovely ray of light coming in. She feels that the idea is sort of trapped and stuck. And honestly, the biggest block, the biggest saboteur to you living a wealthy, abundant life, which is what creation wants for you, it's what the universe wants for you, is to live in abundance, to have a rich life. I'm not always referring to money. Money is fantastic. You can do fantastic things. Money is just an energy, so it does good or bad depending on the hands of the people that it's in. So people with heart, light workers, earth angels who are here watching this channel, watching these videos, money can be a force for good in your hands. It can support you, your own family, and your community, and then inevitably, once we look after ourselves and our families, that money goes back out to the world. That is inevitable. There's research on this. In particular, women. That is the path for women. As soon as they look after themselves and their families, they go into their communities, and then it goes out to the world. So the biggest block to wealth is really your mindset. And this is what this card is saying. So for the month of May, there's this idea that you can have wealth and abundance. You can have a rich life. And you're going to be invited by your angels this month. They'll come in your dream time. You'll get little nudges, little coincidences, little angel signposts. And that will just nudge you and support you to let go of any old beliefs that aren't supporting you right now. And any steps that you can take that will bring in more abundance into your life. So it's going to be a very, very interesting month. I think it's about the third week, we're going to be doing the Angel Power Masterclass, which is completely free. I open it once or twice a year, so you're welcome to come and do that training with me and just power boost anything that you want to manifest or bring into your life, including abundance. So so this is the overall thing that we're just focusing on, we're looking at. And this card is 31, which comes to the number 4. And that always reminds me what your angels are saying is we're here and we're supporting you. It always reminds me that number 4 main archangels. So you have your guardian angel beside you, and you also have these incredible 4 beings walking with you in your life. And they're really strong in May. So that's Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, and Uriel. It's the first 4 angels that we work with, the first 4 months of the angel circle. So we're now in Uriel. So you're safe, you're protected, we're here, we're looking after you, and we're guiding you through this. So it's going to be a very interesting month. So let's just have a look at the first week in May, which is the Swan Queen, transformation, intuition, patience. So it's a beautiful card. There's a lot of promise of things shifting and changing this month, but the first week is more saying just not yet. There's still something more that needs to happen. So we've gone through massive healing in April. The last week or 2 in April, we're about integrating that transformation and change. And it looks like there's still a little bit of that happening. So it just means extra self-care. It just means don't feel, all of our to-do lists are up to here. Clear some space on your to-do list. See if you can make some time just for you, outside of family, outside of work, outside of household and everything that we need to do at home. And I know that many of us are still in different stages of lockdown around the world. I'm Irish, I'm living in Italy. We've just come out of, we're slowly coming out into more freedom and less restrictions. So I know that we have to just do the best that we can. But ultimate self-care is being you're being reminded of. And in particular in your relationships. Your angels just come in there with a little nod, just said, Aisling, put a focus on relationships. So that means, if there are, we all have family, friends, people in our community. We have some close people, we have some people that can help and support us, whatever we're going through in our lives. But there's also people that we don't need to spend that much time with, or that we might need to avoid this week. So really, don't be afraid to let go of toxic friendships, relationships, anything that might be, or if there's somebody that nitpicks or that puts you down or tries to drag you down into some negativity, you really just do your best to avoid that person for this week if you possibly can, and just really put up some self-care boundaries. Learn to say no. It's a beautiful word. It's a full sentence. So so no in your relationships, This could be a good week to go and have a healing session, or go and contact your counselor and set up some sessions again, or have a therapy session. It could be a great week to start gently, some sort of new health regime, just getting yourself back on track. We're heading into summer, which will usually, I'm a summer baby, so it gives me energy moving into summer. So, and it's a lovely time of year, depending on where you're watching this. I'm in Europe, so we have summer in June, July, August. So yeah, so lovely. So just lots of self-care, lots of care in your relationships, and being really, really good with boundaries this week. So the second week in May is when our mindset work is really going to kick in. So that mindset work around poverty consciousness and bringing in more abundance and letting go of blocks, old vows, old ties, things that may have been holding you back until now. And honestly, the last year and a half, we've been clearing generational stuff, ancestral stuff, past life stuff. So much healing. Is there still a lot to go? But we're in a much better place than we were at the beginning of 2020. But this week is just literally like a final clear out. There's always more to do. There's always next level. But there's sort of like a final spring clean happening in the second week of May. So just make space for that. You might find yourself doing a bit of decluttering, clearing out the wardrobe. We might be going through a shift in your wardrobe, clearing out the winter, and maybe that might give you an opportunity to go through some stuff. Go, okay, that's for charity, and that's for the bin, that's to give to somebody else, or this, I really love it, and put it back in the wardrobe. So there's a opportunity to declutter, to clear out. It could be in your business, your spiritual business, where you clear out all files. And it could be where you get your taxes in order, you start to get those in order, you start to get your books in order and your finances in order. But there's just some final icky-bicky things coming up for you to get organized, get sorted, get started. And the card is hungry ghosts, obsessions, scarcity consciousness, and attachment. So there's a lot of healing. I'm going to be here. I'm going to support you, so don't worry. A really good flower remedy would be walnut to have this month, just to really support you through this transition that we're going through. So second week is a good week for just clearing out and decluttering in every area of your life and spiritual business and your relationships. Third week in May is divine guidance, higher knowing, the spirit whisperer. So with all of that gook gone out of your life physically and also out of your body, because and out of your mind, because they're all interconnected, there's now space for an increase in psychic abilities and connecting with your angels more clearly, being able to hear them more clearly. And the journey in the Angel Circle membership is a journey to connect with 12 different archangels, one every month. But ultimately, and I say this to our members all of the time, ultimately, it's a journey back to your own soul. It's a journey back to increased intuition and increased connection with yourself, so that by the end of a year, you know why you're here. You have lots of answers, or you know where to go to get them. And when challenges arise on your path of life, you have increased confidence. You are able to say no. You have some beautiful boundaries placed you didn't have before. So ultimately, it's a journey back to you. Your angels take you there, but it's back to you. It's not really to, it's not really a focus on the angels. We do that to sort of bring you on this journey back to yourself, and it's a journey of personal and spiritual development. So this card is a beautiful, it really represents what I would love for every woman in our angel circle. membership. It's just increased intuition, soul connection, a woman standing in her beautiful green healing power and being fully present and able to say yes and no. And yeah, and also the green is for abundance. So allowing some abundance into your life. And I need to check the dates, but I think that this is the week that we will be doing the Angel Power Masterclass. So very powerful, deeply healing week. And that will definitely support you to increase your intuition or with your angels. So I'll pop a link in the comments in the description. You'll be able to sign up for that. But if you go to ashleymooney.com, you'll find the sign up link somewhere. So that is the third week in May. How beautiful. And also there's an owl in here, which I forgot to mention. So the owl is about study and learning. So again, you might find yourself picking up a book, you might find yourself jumping into a course or jumping in with me for a week and into our community and studying together and just learning new ways to connect with your angels. Or it could be that you just decide to do another course, or you watch a movie that gives you some information you really need right now. So the final week of May, there's two pieces in this. So one is the Lady of Lightning, surprises, sometimes shocked, paradigm shift. And it's like an opposite of that, which is the resting tree, patience and stillness. So there's a beautiful contradiction here of two sort of different energies that I would love you to consider. So both of these cards came out of the deck. I couldn't decide which one to take, so they both came out, and when I lifted them, I see that they were so opposite. And yet they complement each other. So it's like this idea of so if, for example, you came and you decided this week to do the Angel Power Masterclass, there's going to be healing. There's going to be some shifts and major transformation. People don't come into our community without experiencing that, especially when it's an intensive week like that. So that's what happens. Sometimes it's a bit of a shock to the system. Sometimes you'll just suddenly find yourself standing up and saying absolutely no to something that you've been saying yes to for years. Or you might heal something physically that has happened. You might heal something emotionally, something that you've been holding on to for years that you just haven't been able to let go of, some forgiveness that will just clear. So there's a lot happening this final week in May where just paradigm shifts, things that you've been stuck on for literally years are going to be cleared out, and a new path is going to feel like it unfolds. And you're just being reminded that with big shifts, they require a lot of rest. So make sure that you take, I don't know why my nose is so itchy, make sure that you take some time to relax, to balance that big movement, big transformation. A lot of the transformation that we make, we take the bigger sleeps when we're asleep, when we're resting, when we're integrating. For every big leap in healing that we take, we need some integration space. So it's just reminding you that there's a massive potential to take a big leap in your spiritual development towards the end of May. But you're just reminded that you need to balance that with a good bit of rest, lots of sleep, good self-care. So it's like the two ends of May are about self-care and beautiful boundaries. So, my darling, have an amazing May. I will see you here every single week, and you can find me at ashley.com. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram, Ashley Mooney Angels. And please share this video with anyone that you think might benefit from hearing about these messages and connect more with their angels. Loads of love. Bye. Have a great week.